So I think we're broadcasting on both channels, Third Phase of Moon and
Apolla's Odyssey.
Absolutely. That's pretty cool that we're able to work together, collaborate. We're here from Hawaii visiting Apolla up in the Hollywood Hills, and we've got some guests hanging out right there on the porch, huh?
It's great to have you all out here at my humble abode up here in the Hollywood Hills, and it's always a pleasure working with you guys. We got Brad Olsen and Laura Eisenhower out here right now. We all just finished with Disclosure Fest. You guys, of course, just happened to get here right after. So all the colleagues in the UFO community are out here right now. It's pretty awesome. So it's great to have everyone here.
Right now, we're doing it.
I just did an interview with Brad and Laura, and yeah, I want to get all of you in this. So it's pretty awesome to have you here.
Well, it's kind of cool because we're broadcasting at the same time on Third Phase of Moon and Apolla's Odyssey, and yeah. Apolla's invited us to meet up with the granddaughter of President Eisenhower and the famous author Brad Olsen. So let's go see what they're up to.
Who also happen to be some of my best friends. Let's go see them. Hey guys, how's it going?
All right.
Hey, good to see you guys.
Hi guys.
Laura. Hey, nice to meet you. How you doing?
Really great to meet you. I'm good. How are you doing?
Brad. Hey,
pleasure to meet you.
Good seeing you.
Yeah.
Hey, being that you're the granddaughter of great-granddaughter of President Eisenhower, have you ever been privy to any of the stories from your great-grandfather as far as like these secret bases?
Not directly from him, not from any family members, but because I had a really close connection with him on a spirit, soul-to-soul level from the time I was a child, he helped to guide me, I feel, into discovering information that was really pertinent, that was not able to be disclosed in his administration, that I've been exposing, that opened me up to greater relations with Val Thor, who has sent some messages to me. So I've had enough experience that has been visceral and very personal, where I don't doubt any of this stuff, but it never came through family members or anything that I was able to find growing up. I try to bring up the topics, but that's usually when everybody evacuates the table and I'm sitting by myself.
So obviously we've been seeing this disclosure happen, this kind of soft disclosure happening over the course of the last few years, especially in the government with the UFO hearings, the creation of the task force. And, you know, I'm wondering if you guys feel, if either of you feel like maybe this has to do with Project Bluebeam. Is this the early rollout of them setting the stage for Project Bluebeam, or do you think that the government really wants disclosure?
I think most of the government does not want disclosure, but of course there are individuals that are inserting themselves into a government position and that are part of the greater intel wars that we don't see, that are really pushing for full disclosure. Most of the governmental forces that are in power but not really in power are pushing the sickest and darkest of agendas that is very much something that I think those that have inserted themselves in the governmental positions are trying to overthrow. But right now, even though on a deeper, bigger picture level, it's holding victory and it's going to succeed, we got to knock these individuals out that still maintain a lot of power, and they absolutely don't want disclosure. They are a part of the dark alien agenda, and they would be a part of a very false disclosure that I would say would be connected with Bluebeam. But there are other characters that are going to come through, and I think we know them, and they are us, that will not allow anything less than true disclosure, and maybe we'll be the ones that take over the government positions, but we'll crush down the government because that system doesn't work, and we'll rise with a greater system connected to cosmic and natural law and working closely with Mother Earth and appreciating our differences and being in true unity consciousness, because there's nothing but narratives being steered, and the dramas and BS to me is not a foundational energy or a climate that I feel full disclosure can be birthed out of, and we're going to be the ones doing it. And everything we're seeing right now is the artificial intelligence kind of mimicking what they know is about to come, because they're always sabotaging initiations in the next phase and step of humanity moving into the next level. They always weaponize it and invert it. So there's nothing we should trust about the governments right now.
And Brad?
I have to agree with you guys. There is something afoot, and anytime they're forcing a narrative as hard as they are and getting us to all pay attention to these hearings and NASA and the Pentagon, and they're going to get to the bottom of it, and they don't get to the bottom of anything, they are creating a narrative where they're setting us up for something, because these things don't happen by accident. These guys are very well planned. They got all the money in the world. They're the same kind of money that owns the media. So of course they can throw this story down the pike and we're all going to believe it. So I just want our listeners to understand that there could be this space show in the sky, maybe even including messiahs with skull to voice technology, that we're hearing schizophrenic voices from Jesus Christ if we believe in him, or the Buddha out east if we believe in him, or Muhammad in the Middle East if we believe in him. And we believe it. And like Werner Braun said to his assistant, Carol Rosen, over and over again, the last card they're going to play is the fake alien invasion. And they're going to say, it's all real, but it's all fake. And Werner von Braun was very on point of saying, it's all an illusion. There may be casualties, there may be collateral damage. They might blow stuff up to get their way, but this is the last phase going into the New World Order. So I think all these hearings are just setting us up for this big space show in the sky, people. Be aware of it.
So that's crazy, right? And now there's kind of conflict within the government and these people that actually were there during the Tic Tac. We spoke with Kevin Day, and we're asking him about the data that was stolen or basically confiscated by some intelligence agency, taken 12 hours after the recorded data of these Tic Tacs doing extraordinary maneuvers. So far, the public hasn't seen anything extraordinary yet from Congress or the military. Those Navy videos don't show us anything. Michio Kaku recently was blowing it up as some of the most smoking gun evidence out there. Yeah. But right now, we haven't seen anything. But maybe the data that was taken has a smoking gun. Do you think it could be blue on blue, is what I'm trying to say? Like, some of this technology isn't ET in nature, but we've cracked the code with technology within a private corporation, and we're just testing our stuff against the best of the best?
You are asking the best questions on Third Phase of Moon, because I think that's exactly what it is. Maybe what we're seeing in the sky are all human-made craft. They're coming out of these black projects for decades now. The big Phoenix Lights, which was witnessed by millions. This was just the 25th anniversary of that in 1997. Perhaps that was a TR-3B grande size. Maybe some of the disc-shaped craft we're seeing are experimental craft. They're using this anti-gravity technology. It's been around for decades. We can even look at the patents and see that they have it, so why wouldn't they?
You know, here being in Hollywood, I really feel I want to bring up disclosure and entertainment because, you know, obviously we're here in Hollywood right now, why not? And this is something I've really examined over the years, and I feel that it's almost like the entertainment industry is like preparing younger children for disclosure. Because if you notice, like all the movies for young kids these days, it's like always these cute little aliens. Like before it was always like aliens were coming, for adults it's like aliens are coming to like destroy the planet. You know, it's like a fear factor thing. But now we have like all these like little children's movies about aliens where these like, you know, like little cute aliens come in and the kids are friends with them. And what do you guys think about that? Do you think this Hollywood is preparing the young kids for disclosure? And obviously also there's the darker fear aspect of it with, you know, the movies about, you know, aliens coming in and killing everyone on the planet or something.
and sucking everything out of them in like a really weird, yeah, I mean, it's like there's so many different kinds of movies, and I feel like the spectrum of frequency that is available to us has a lot to do with our frequency. Where are we vibrating at? What narrative are we attaching ourselves to because we got hooked into the propaganda, or that movie became all too real, or our experiences where our creative imagination began to haunt us because it got infected by something, is producing an attraction to particular movies that are more fear-based when it comes to ETs. Whereas if we kind of shift through that, do the shadow work, and relate to our own higher selves and our own ET genetics and what we're looking to switch on that's been dormant as we go through these upgrades, I feel like we attract some of the storylines and the things that remind us of really who we are. And maybe it's not going to be on the mainstream, but we can find it. And we can also create it. So I think it has a lot to do with us. Everything's available, everything under the sun. It's like walking into a mall. You know, do you want to go and like buy a Coke and Snickers? Or do you want to, you know, go to the Raw Foods Cafe, or, you know, or have a bunch of vodka because you can't stand the madness. I mean, I really think that everything's available to us and has a lot to do with who we are, and that we are on a timeline based in what relationship we have. It's like, does everybody deserve to be with the narcissist? No, because there's also true love out there. But why do people get caught into being bound to these patterns that they don't have to be bound to? So these timelines we can crush when we realize our true potential. And then we'll begin to attract, through synchronicities, greater movies and stories and inspirations that are way more on the same page of who we are as authentic beings that are sovereign.
You guys are very well versed in this subject. It's impressive to have this conversation with you guys. I love to always have this exchange of knowledge and information. So thank you for the great experience to be on Third Phase of the Moon today.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll do that.
Totally.
Appreciate it.
And thanks, Brad.
So great to have you here.
Oh my goodness.
Great to have you here. And I'll see you guys again soon, Hot Shasta.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah.